The 2016 through 2023 Toyota Tacoma headlights are okay. They can show their age over time, however, and they don't have the most stylish appearance and definitely don't reach the full potential of lighting performance for the Tacoma, but this set of Morimoto XB Evo LED headlights with the black housing and clear lens does. Now, this premium set of headlights is for the Tacoma owner who's looking to invest in their lighting performance with a sharp appearance, bright and crisp LEDs, and the ability to customize them to your specific preference. Now, along with these style and capability benefits, they're also a no-fuss solution with a complete kit and a plug-and-play install if you want a hassle-free operation when upgrading your headlights. Now, the biggest eye catcher here is the very clean build with the crystal clear lens over the dark black housing, making for an aggressive appearance without hindering the LEDs or any of the lighting inside, and the internal design with the ice cube-like dual projectors and the sharp daytime running lights is notable. Now, the bi-LED lenses for the low beam are two of the larger projectors, and paired with the LEDs, these are not only going to look sick, but create a high output and consistent beam for optimal visibility, especially with the sharp cutoff line that reduces any bounce back or reflection. Now, the Type D high beam on the inside consists of the smaller projectors grouped into one lens that support the low beams, boosting the output for super dark scenarios. Now, the running light bordering the low beams is also notable with the configurable DRL turn signals with different combinations between sequential and fade off actions, as well as the choice of amber or white DRL options. So you can set these up based off of your personal preference, which is pretty unique to this set. Now, these have a tough PPS plastic housing, being great when it comes to the longevity in the strength of the housing, resistance to high temperatures, and it's molded for a direct factory-like fit. Now, the lens on the front consists of a polycarbonate construction, being a tough plastic material that is impact resistant, and this one specifically is UV coated for a new appearance over time, resisting any yellowing or oxidation. Now, the kit also includes halogen adapters, LED adapters, magnet mount resistors to avoid any hyper flashing or flickering with a high-powered LED, and a DRL harness, fuse tab, and 4 pairs of plugs for the DRL and turn signal settings, which is where you can customize this setup. Now, these are about $1,900 for the set, and again, they are a premium choice for headlights in the category, but one of the most unique and feature-packed options as well. Now, with this set, you do get a number of DRL and turn signal choices, incredibly bright and modern lighting performance, a very sharp appearance for the front of the truck, in addition to a good amount of durability out of the set, allowing you to enjoy these for the long run, especially when it comes to the lens on the front, which is the most notable issue about headlights in general. Now, others may not include all of the features that you see here, so if you know you want to invest in a set of premium headlights for your truck that gives you the choice to tailor these to your build, then this is a fantastic option. Now, this kit is mainly plug and play, no splicing or any additional wiring is required. Everything is included in the kit, and while it may look a little intimidating compared to other headlights, a lot of these are just adapter harnesses and will plug right into the headlight and then into the harness. So it's getting a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and it honestly should only take you about an hour to get the job done. Now, at this point, I'm gonna hand it over to one of our installers here. They're gonna show you a step-by-step breakdown and what all these cords do, so that is going to wrap it up for me. Let's go ahead and get to the install.
For this install, you will need an impact, a 10mm socket, Phillips head screwdriver, clip removal tool, and a panel removal tool. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing some headlights on our Tacoma, but before we get started, we're going to send you to watch a video on how to remove your factory headlights, and we'll see you when you get back.
So our first step to removing our grille is to remove the 2 bolts that are holding it in up at the front support here. I'm going to use a 10mm socket and go ahead and remove those. Next, in order to release our grille, there are 2 clips on either side. I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver to release those clips. Again, you could also use a trim removal tool for this. What we can do now for our grill is pull up on these two brackets here just to release it from this front support. Then we can give it a good pull back and we'll be able to release the grill. In order to access the third bolt on our headlight, what we have to do is peel our fender back. There are a couple clips in here, but what I'm gonna do first is remove these two bolts that are holding our fender and our bumper onto our Tacoma. I'm gonna be using a 10mm socket. Now once those are released, we'll have a couple clips here. Now one down at the bottom is already released because we've taken the fenders off before, but there's one in the middle. Just gonna use my flathead screwdriver very carefully. You can also again use a pry tool. Just gonna push down on that clip and carefully pull back. So now that is loose, so we're able to continue to disconnect our bumper. We're not going to remove the bumper fully, we just need to move it down so we can access a bolt in this crease. So this clip up at the front is holding on part of our bumper, so I'm going to use a trim removal tool and just pull that out. So after all of the bolts and clips are disconnected from the side and some of the bottom between the bumper and your inner wheel well, what we're going to do is focus up here. We're gonna pull back on the bumper part of this tab, give it a good tug, and that should release it from the bumper clip on the other side. Might be helpful at this point to use a pry tool as well. Work our way up the side and release the bumper from the bracket. And as you can tell, we don't need to take the bumper off completely. It's still secured at the front, but there is a bolt in here that is going to release our headlight. So with the 10mm socket, I'm gonna start by removing that bolt that we just exposed. Right, then we can move up to the top of our headlight to release the other two bolts. Then we can remove the two bolts up on top. They are also going to be 10mm bolts. Use the 10mm socket. So I am going to remove this clip at the side of our bumper just to pull the bumper a little bit more outwards. Give myself some room to wiggle this headlight out. We do have to slide the clip part of the headlight out. Right? So once the headlight is released, what we can do is expose our wires and start to disconnect our wiring harnesses. You're gonna have 5 in total on the back. Right? And then we can fully remove our headlight.
Alrighty folks, welcome back. Now that we have our factory headlights off, it's time to begin prepping to install our new setup. Now, before we can just bolt our headlights in, we're gonna need to do some light wiring first, which is gonna start at our fuse box right behind our battery. So the first thing we're gonna do is take the cover off of our fuse box. Now, it just has a couple of tabs you need to push in. Pop this off. So now that we have our lid off of our fuse box, we're gonna be looking for the 20 amp injector fuse that's on the front row of our fuses. We're gonna grab our fuse puller that is located in the lid of your fuse block, and we're gonna pull that out. And in its place, we're gonna install our provided fuse tap that already has a 20 and a 10 amp fuse in it. So we're gonna use our fuse puller, pop that 20 amp fuse out. And you definitely wanna hold on to this because it's always good to have spare fuses. And in its place, I'm gonna install our tap. These are designed to sit over top of the factory fuses after they're plugged in. So fully seated. And we can route our wire through our fuse block and out the back. Then as for that 20 amp fuse, you have a couple spare fuse holders in your lid. Good spot to keep it. Stick that in. And we can reinstall our lid. Now, doing this at home, you may want to notch out a little section of the back of your fuse block to allow it to sit flush. For demonstration purposes, we're not going to notch ours out because this won't be permanent. So we'll just set this back in place best we can. And we'll have our plug coming around the top. Now we're going to connect our adapter harness for our headlights to that fuse tab we just installed. So the single connector side is going to go to the fuse tab. Make sure that locks into place. Then we're going to route the rest of our harness safely around to our headlight areas. Now you have a smaller leg and a longer leg. The smaller leg is going to go to the driver's side. The longer one is going to go over to the passenger side. You can route this however you would like. Just make sure you keep it out of the way of any hot or moving parts in the vehicle. We're going to drop our driver's side into the headlight area. And we can run our passenger side over as well. Nice to keep it behind the center support. Now your kit comes with multiple harnesses. Ours are halogen lights, so we've selected the halogen adapter harness, and we're going to plug all of our connectors in. Now these are factory style, so we just need to match them up with the correct factory connector. Okay. Next we can plug our ballast in. Plug that in. Now this has a magnetic backing, so we can just set it out of the way in a convenient spot. Tuck it back in here. And once you have your harness plugged in on this side, you can do the same thing for the other side. So next we're going to have to take our factory headlight and remove the factory trim piece to transfer it over to our new headlight. So we've got a Phillips head screwdriver. We're going to remove the 2 screws holding it in place, take it off, and swap it over. So now we'll get our trim onto our new headlight. Get our screws started. And tighten those back down. And once you have this side on, you can do the same thing for your other headlight. So now we can plug our headlight in and set it in place. So we're going to grab our single adapter connector. Get that plugged in. Make sure that snaps in. You want to lock down that safety tab. And we're going to take our single pin connector and plug that into that adapter harness that we previously installed. So there's one more thing we'll need to plug into our headlights before we install them, and that is the mode selector connectors. Now you have 4 of them included with your kit. The red and blue are both going to be white DRL lights, and the red is going to have a fade off for the turn signal. The blue is going to have a sequential turn signal. The green and black are going to be amber daytime running lights with the same functions, either fade off for green or black is going to be sequential. So you choose whichever mode you would like and plug that into the open connector as we're about to show you. We're going to plug in our red one just for demonstration purposes, but you can easily access and change these modes at any time directly from behind the headlight area. Then we'll also connect our adapter harness from our fuse block to our single pin connector on our light. Then we can grab our mode selector connector, plug this in. Now you want to make sure to route this behind your headlight area so that you can have easy access to change it if you wish to do so. Now we'll set our headlight in. Just make sure that scoots behind your bumper cover so we're not pinching any wires on the way in as well. Line up your 2 upper tabs. Then we can begin reinstalling our hardware. So now you can reinstall your two 10mm screws up top. Now we only have one of ours, our other one has been lost to time. So we'll install this one with our 10mm socket. Now one thing to note is these are coarse thread screws going into plastic tabs. You do not need to over tighten them. Just a little bit snug will do. Install that other one. Now we can get our 10mm screw back into our side mounting point. Get that in. Get our 10mm socket on it. Tighten it up. We'll set our bumper cover back into place and lock that in along with our fender flare. Now once you have your hardware in up here, you want to reinstall the hardware on your fender liner. Again, ours has been lost to time due to many previous installs, but you definitely want to put that back in place. Then we can reinstall our push clips at the front of our headlight and the bottom of the front of your bumper cover if you took that one off. So we'll reinstall our push clip. Again, if you took that one out, you want to put that one back in too. Now once you've got this side buttoned up, you can do the same thing for your other headlight, and then we'll come back and reinstall our grill. Now we can reinstall our grill. We'll line this back up. Get that back in place. We'll reinstall our two push clips on the outside. Then we'll reinstall our two 10mm screws in the middle with our 10mm socket. Now one more functionality I want to talk about with these headlights and how to activate it is the headlight de-icer function. Now obviously we're not in freezing cold temperatures, so it's not actually going to do anything right now. However, to activate this with your vehicle running and your headlights on after your welcome sequence, you want to flash your high beams 4 times within 4 seconds, and that will wake up the de-icing function. Alrighty folks, that about wraps up our review and install of our Morimoto XB Evo LED headlights in black housings and clear lenses for your 16 to 23 Tacoma. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Tacoma, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.